time for Portland Wrestling 2000s. Now, here he is, your number one host, Frank Culbertson.
Hey wrestling fans, it's Frank Culbertson once again here on Portland Wrestling 2000s. And yes, we have a brand new backdrop. That's the view from the Portland Sports Arena Crow's Nest, where Frank Bonema and Don Koss called the action for many years. And that's Dandy Sandy Bar crawling in the ring. What a great night of action we have planned for you here tonight. And later on in the show, I'm going to tell you how this lady, that's right, Becky Lynch, owes her success in wrestling to this guy. So stay tuned, that's coming up later in the show. But first, we're going to go to this matchup. It's going to be Caden Mathews, trained by Buddy Rose and Ed Wiskowski, against Bonsai Bruce, better known to a lot of wrestling fans now as Ryan Tran. Here, shown lifting up the arms in victory for the new U.S. title holder, Logan Paul, at Crown Jewel in 2023. Ryan now referees some of the very biggest and best matches in WWE. But first, he had to defend his title against Caden Mathews. So let's go to that matchup.
Chi-Town Ken here, along with Caden Mathews and Hans Mueller. Hans, I know you're here for support of Caden Mathews. Last week we talked about big things coming. Tonight, next, you have got your SPW title shot.
You know, when I made my debut in Portland Wrestling almost a year ago, I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I've been through a lot, feuding with Scotty Mack and Aaron Idol. I went through hell with Team Hell and the Grappler. I won a lot and I lost a lot, but there was no bigger victory than I had a few weeks ago when I stepped into the ring with Bonsai Bruce in the non-title match and came out with my hand raised. Now, ever since I was a little kid, I had a dream of not only being a professional wrestler, but also one day win a heavyweight championship match. So I've been training harder than ever before. I've been studying my tapes with the Playboy and the Colonel, and I've never been prepared more for a match than this one with you, Bonsai Bruce. Tonight, I'm not going to let that title slip through my hands. Tonight, I fulfill my destiny, and I come out of that ring the SPW heavyweight champion.
Well, I'm not even going to say good luck because we all have every confidence in your ability, and I think good things are going to happen for you tonight. Hans, I know you're here for support, and you've got Caden's back.
That's right. And I guarantee Caden will come up with that title.
Fans, let's go to Derek. He's got an interview with the SPW champion, Bonsai Bruce.
Portland Wrestling fans, I'm here with the SPW champion, Bonsai Bruce. We just heard from Caden, and this is the biggest match of his career. He's going for that title tonight.
Caden Mathews. You did the unthinkable, huh? You put Bonsai Bruce down for the 1, 2, 3. Never in my life have I been that embarrassed. Not just my wrestling career. I lost to a 2-star frog splash by Caden Mathews. And you know what he got out of that? He made the board of directors give him a shot at my SPW X title. Caden Mathews, you got lucky on that one. But if anything I know is that when that belt is on the line, I do what it takes to take that belt home. That SPW X title belongs in California. Belongs with Bonsai Bruce around his waist. You know, I'm so angry right now at Caden Mathews. That guy just makes me sick. But you know what? In that match tonight, I'm going to set him down, standing shooting star press, and he's going to look up at the lights. You know, people around Portland, in the locker room, all those fans, they think my silence is weakness. Well, if they know anything about that Japanese culture, it's that my silence means that I'm focused. I'm going to take that belt, my pride, and not lose it. It's sticking around this waist. Caden Mathews, you got lucky once, it's not happening again. Lightning doesn't strike twice.
All right, well, thanks, Bruce. Well, let's go down to the ring. It's going to be that match. It's for the SPW Championship, Bonsai Bruce versus Caden Mathews.
This match is for the SPW Championship. Introducing first the challenger at 230 pounds from Vancouver, USA, Caden Mathews. His opponent and current SPW champion at 180 pounds from Nagasaki, Japan, Bonsai Bruce.
There he is, your SPW X Division champion, Bonsai Bruce, Nagasaki, Japan, coming in. He is defending the title against a man he lost a non-title matchup to a couple weeks ago, Caden Mathews from Vancouver, Washington. Fans, as you can see, I am joined by
Frank Culbertson. What the hell just happened out here with the Exile and Sideshow? Did you have anything to do with that? Did you know that was going to happen? Did you try to set up the Grappler?
Absolutely not. I think you should talk to the ringmaster. That was the most disgusting
thing I've ever seen in my life. Everything that we have done for Exile, and we will go into this more, we got an X Division match, but all I know is this. Exile, you were nobody, wrestling somewhere in Virginia before the Grappler got a hold of you, and you were brought here by the Grappler to be a part of Team Hell, and we allowed you to be a part of us. But you know what, for right now?
Yes, Skag Rollins, very upset. Obviously, Team Hell has not only some dissension, they actually right now are
some dissension.
broken apart.
There's no dissension between me and
Exile,
Damon.
no longer a member of Team
Damon
Hell.
And Grappler. There's no dissension between me and the Grappler. And Exile is sure as hell not going to be is not going to be a part of Team Hell as long as I have anything to do with it. And as a matter of fact, Exile, learn from the history, you're not going to be a part of Portland Wrestling for much longer.
Referee Albert McClure, third man in the ring for this important matchup. Bonsai Bruce defending the SPW X Division title against Caden Mathews. And now just a hard slap across the face. And now Caden Mathews returns the favor. Now forearm after forearm. Bonsai bounces off the ropes, ducks a clothesline. Big elbow down goes Bonsai Bruce. We have seen four big men tonight. We have seen Exile and Sideshow. We have seen Hans Mueller and Malachi. And now a different style with high flyers, fast movers, Caden Mathews and Bonsai Bruce. Skag Rollins, this will be a great matchup. You obviously don't look like you want to talk. Skag Rollins at a loss for words.
I'm not at a loss for words, Frank Culbertson, but the fact is that the words that I have right now for Exile will get us thrown off of Comcast. You understand that, Frank?
Oh, my goodness. Did you see Bonsai, knowing where he was, kick the bottom rope with Caden Mathews' leg over it. A low blow ensued, and Caden, you could see some effects. Obviously, this match will be mostly Frank Culbertson talking. Coming up next week here on Portland Wrestling is a TLC Table, Ladders, and Chairs match for the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Championship. The AOD, Dante, Adam Thornstowe versus the Cartel, Vinny Massaro, and Big Ugly taking on the champions, the Blanchards. 6 men in the ring, table, ladders, and chairs. Anything goes, no disqualification. You don't want to miss that matchup next week here on Portland Wrestling. You don't want to miss a moment of this one. Don't go away, because Bonsai Bruce now is chopping away at Caden Mathews. Skag Rollins, absolutely nothing he can say, as he said, that would not get bleeped off of TV. And we try to keep this a family-orientated show, as the Grappler
Yeah, you know what? I'll say this. As the Grappler would say, Grappler knows about family, and Grappler offered Exile an opportunity to be a part of our family in Team Hell. And Exile took that and slapped the Grappler in the face and spit over everything, all over what we stood for and who we are.
Obviously some dysfunctionalness.
But I'll tell you what, like I said, there's
family. Right now, you can see Bonsai Bruce.
There is no dissension in Team Hell. Exile is no longer a part of Team Hell. If you think about it, in the past few weeks, Exile was the albatross for Team Hell and bringing us down.
Right now, you can see Bonsai Bruce removing the pad.
I'm going to keep talking about Exile, because let me tell you something. Exile, you don't have any idea what the hell you just started. You're too new here in Portland Wrestling to understand. There's a whole list of guys who have turned on me, who have turned on the Grappler, who have turned on David, and they're not here anymore. And you're not going to be here much longer, you son of a bitch.
Outside the ring, beautiful counter move by Caden Mathews. Skag Rollins is getting up, and he has walked away from the table, fans. You can see the chair is empty, walking completely away. He has had enough. Fans, we need to get Skag back. We need to take a break. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
It's now time for the Captain Jack's Tattoo of the Night.
And now Caden Mathews returns the favor. Now forearm after forearm. Bonsai bounces off the ropes, ducks a clothesline. Big elbow down goes Bonsai Bruce. Fans, we are back. Skag Rollins still has not joined me here at commentary. You can see he's still walking away. Caden Mathews now in control of Bonsai Bruce, whipped him into the ropes. Bonsai, smart move, ducks down, falls back outside the ring, going to get control back of this match, like Skag Rollins trying to get control of the television he has just thrown the chair. The man is just totally lost it. He's very, very irate. Caden Mathews now going out of the ring, chasing down Bonsai Bruce, who is walking to the back, and he's chasing him down to the locker room. He is throwing him in the back, and he is bringing him back to the ring, because Caden, to get the title, has to pin him 1, 2, 3, or get him to submit inside the ring.
Why don't you get Exile out here right now? Why don't you bring Exile? Why don't you bring Sideshow? If you guys got any guts, why don't you come out here? Damon Scythe and I will take you on right now. We'll take you on next week or any damn time, Frank.
Caden Mathews now, great counter going for it. Oh my goodness, countered into a bulldog by Bonsai Bruce. This man has held the SPW X Division title for quite a while, and there's a reason for it, and you've just seen it. He is able to counter move after move. As he said, he's not the loudest man in professional wrestling, but he's extremely, extremely focused and very dangerous inside the ring. Fans, we're going to try to get Scag Rollins to come back and sit down here and discuss, but right now, Caden Mathews in total needs some help, as Bonsai Bruce in total control of this matchup, bouncing off the ropes. Oh my goodness, rolling shoulder tackle, or block into Caden Mathews' face, 1 to almost a 3 count. Scag Rollins now just berating Ken Stillwell, asking him if he had anything to do with this, but absolutely not. Totally exiled. I would believe the ringmaster somewhat involved in this one. Now, Bonsai Bruce with an uppercut, really, really applying him. He's got a boot to the midsection. Caden Mathews bouncing off. There's a famouser. Down goes Bonsai Bruce. Caden Mathews now in control of the situation.
Yeah, and you know who's going to be in control of the situation, Frank Culbertson, is the Grappler, and me, and Damon. And do you know who's not going to be here much longer, Frank? Tell him right now. Tell him right now. I'm on my knees. I'm begging you. Tell him.
Big back
Look into that camera. Shut up, Frank. Look into that camera right now, and you tell them. You tell them who's not going to be here soon.
We'll see about that.
Exile and Sideshow are done in Portland Wrestling. I swear to God, this is coming to an end.
We'll have to see Scag Rollins at a total loss. Lost total composure right now. Now Caden Mathews now, blow after blow on Bonsai Bruce, the forehead. Bonsai really, really in trouble. The crowd counting. There's a 10 punch by Caden Mathews. Referee Albert McClure in to break it up. Whips into the ropes. This reverse. No, back and down goes Albert McClure. Caden Mathews now going over to check on Albert McClure, see what's going on. That's the sportsman that Caden Mathews is, but he's got to be careful. Bonsai Bruce with an Missouri kick to the back of the head, and down goes Caden Mathews. Scag Rollins once again coming over. Florida, beautiful move by Bonsai Bruce, but he caught a bit of a knee. There's a pin. There's 2. That's 3. That's 4.
You know, Frank, I should be happy. I should be happy because, like I said, Exile's been the death of Team Hell for the past several weeks. In all honesty, you could look back to my heavyweight title loss.
This will be my belt right here.
And it's all Exile.
Come over and he has
but it's all done, Exile, ain't it?
The belt.
It's all over. You're nobody to me anymore. You're nobody except another victim for Grappler and myself.
Caden
Damon Scythe
in the ring. Bonsai Bruce says one more shooting star, but Caden Mathews catches him, rolls him over. He's hooked up. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. It's all over.
Just like that match.
The winner of the match, a new SPW champion, is Caden Mathews.
There you go, Caden.
Bonsai Bruce.
There you go, Caden.
Got a little bit better of him.
A new X Division champion right here. Caden Mathews living out his live stream is a champion.
No, Bonsai Bruce
right here.
Oh my goodness, he hits Caden Mathews with the title belt. Down goes Caden Mathews. Not much time to celebrate. Bonsai just dropping it on top of Caden Mathews.
Hey, that's it. That's all he has to do. Bonsai Bruce can do what he wants. Caden Mathews can do what he wants. Frank, you can do what you want. And I will do what I want from this moment on. To Exile, you put that camera on me.
Caden Mathews.
To Exile and to Sideshow. Sideshow, I told you before.
There he
you
is.
didn't want to jump
your
on,
new
but you did.
SPW champion.
Shut up, Frank! You did, didn't you? You jumped on it. Exile, you made the biggest mistake of your life. Believe me. Believe me. Do you believe me? Do you believe me, Frank? Do you believe me?
Believe it will be a brutal matchup if the board of directors can sign that. There's your new X Division SPW champion, Caden Mathews.
I'm getting that SPW X title back.
Bonsai Bruce not happy at all. The fans cheering. Caden Mathews, the X Division SPW champion. He's going to the back. I'm sure he'll be celebrating with the Blanchards, with Oliver John.
That's some great action by Caden Mathews coming out on top, the new SPW X Division champion. And now we're going to go show you Oliver John's debut in Portland Wrestling against Bubba Blanchard. Now, if you just like solid wrestling, really good in-ring action, this match is for you. Derek Drexel joins me on commentary, and well, Derek Drexel is going to be featured in the very next Portland Wrestling 2000s as we talk about him and the change in his career. Speaking of careers, stay tuned because I'm going to tell you how this lady, that's right, owes her career to me.
Wrestling fans, Chi-Town Ken here along with old school Oliver John. A great background. Now you're here at Portland Wrestling.
Exactly right, Chi-Town. Coming in at Portland Wrestling, got in the business in 1994. Trained by Paul DeMarco, former United States heavyweight champion. Spent some time down at Ken Shamrock's Lions Den training his pro wrestlers. Competed in Japan, and now I get to fulfill a dream of mine, and that's to wrestle with Portland Wrestling.
Well, tonight, Oliver, you've got Bubba Blanchard. He and his brother have been very successful here as of late. It could be a tough match.
No doubt it's going to be a tough match, but that's exactly what I want. All those times I spent in the Lions Den, on the mat, training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, anything, when you're the pro wrestling, the catch-as-catch-can background with Paul DeMarco. I've spent 10 years in this business, now going on 11. And you think that Bubba Blanchard's going to stop me? There's no way. I know that Bubba Blanchard's tough, but you can't beat wrestling, you can't beat grappling, and I'm going to take him out, tap him out, pin him, whatever I have to do to come out on top in Portland Wrestling.
Fans, that's old school Oliver John versus Bubba Blanchard.
This match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first at 225 pounds from Sacramento, California, old school Oliver John. His opponent at 240 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Bubba Blanchard.
Wrestling fans, our terrific opening match here on Portland Wrestling. Old school Oliver John and Bubba Blanchard from Memphis climbing in the ring. I am joined by Derek of Z100, the Buckhead Show, Portland's #1 hit music station. Derek, this is going to be a classic wrestling match.
Well, this is the official debut for old school Oliver John here inside Portland Wrestling. He did have a dark match a couple months ago. Very impressive in that match, and it's going to be a great match seeing him and Bubba go one-on-one.
Referee Albert McClure, third man in the ring for this matchup, and it is old school Oliver John and Bubba Blanchard. This is, we have heard great things about Oliver John. We've seen him here once taking on Sweet Daddy Robin Logan, but the stories that you hear from him coming in from California, this man is on a mission to climb to the top of Portland Wrestling.
Well, he still looks really young, but he has been a veteran for 10 years now, so this guy's got the experience. He's bringing it here to Portland Wrestling. Let's see how he does against someone like Bubba Blanchard, who's a former champion here in Portland Wrestling.
Well, you see Bubba Blanchard going with the arm lock, taking them down on their great grappling action in the ring. You know, you hear a lot of fans say that wrestlers don't know how to wrestle anymore. They only know how to brawl. This is an example of two men who really know pro wrestling and how to do mat wrestling correct.
Well, I know old school Oliver John actually has trained inside the Lions Den, Ken Shamrock's mixed martial arts / pro wrestling training facility. So he is well versed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, along with the catch-as-can style wrestling.
Absolutely. Beautiful shoulder takedown. Look at old school going for it. There's the backslide, rolls him over. Beautiful 1-2, almost a 3 count.
Beautiful crucifix.
Terrific speed that Oliver John is demonstrating here tonight.
Yeah, right now he's got Bubba in the headlock. He's got it squeezed pretty tight. He's not going to get a submission out of that, but he's got to watch himself. Shoulders can be rolled onto the mat real quickly.
The fans coming up later on tonight. It is the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Championship on the line. The new attitude, Aaron Idle and Scotty Mack, the new champions after the Kaiser Show defeating the Dark Carnival. They are going to be taking on Hans Mueller and Caden Mathews. It was supposed to be the Blanchards, but the Blanchards stepped aside. They want Hans Mueller to get his revenge.
Hans has been out for a couple months now with that shoulder injury directly from Scotty Mack and Aaron Idle. So it's going to be good to see if they can get the revenge that they deserve and take the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Championships.
Absolutely. And then Hans Mueller is just really upset. He's still fuming over what happened to him 8 weeks ago when the new attitude attacked him with a chair, really tried to break his arm and put him out of pro wrestling.
Yeah, if people didn't see what happened, they actually stuck Hans Mueller's shoulder inside that chair and came off the top, stomping on his shoulder and taking him out for the last couple months until he's finally gotten medical clearance here this week.
Well, in the ring, the side headlock. Bubba Blanchard now firing back. He has got to get out of this headlock with the strength, the powerlifting that Oliver John does. You can see there, takes him back and over on a suplex, still held on to the hold.
Yeah, he never released it. He's tight around his head, pretty much kind of like a snake would wrap around someone. He's just not going to let go.
Look at the head of Bubba Blanchard. It is turning purple from the pressure that Oliver John is putting on. Fans, this match being brought to you by Jer Bears Adjustable Beds. You need an adjustable bed, Jer Bears is the place to go. Great sponsor, new sponsor here on Portland Wrestling. Great to have them aboard. There's a good use of the second turnbuckle takeover. Bubba Blanchard and his brother Jeremy have had terrific success here at Portland Wrestling, former Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions. Jeremy, of course, twice Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions. Says a lot for them to step aside and let Caden and Hans have that shot.
Oh yeah, I mean, those guys are friends back in the locker room, and it's interesting seeing Bubba and seeing both Bubba and Jeremy wrestling in singles matches. I'd love to see them back as a tag team and going up against Scotty Mack and Aaron Idle for those titles.
Absolutely. There was almost a 3 count by referee Albert McClure. And there, Bubba Blanchard, you can see, makes a great move, grabs onto the arm, and applies the knee to the joint, really applying the extra pressure there. Oliver John looking for an escape. Derek, I want to talk real quick with that $5,000. You're $5,000 poor, but awful happy.
Oh, extremely happy. Superfly did exactly what he said he was going to do, and that was he put the grappler down and took him out for that match.
Absolutely. Fans, if you missed that match, you can catch a video on demand on Comcast 24/7. And it is a matchup that you don't want to miss.
Oh, it's between two legends. The Grappler is definitely, I've got to give him his due. He is a legend here in the Pacific Northwest. But like I said before, Superfly is a legend worldwide. We actually had a quick cover there for a 2 count. Oliver John had Bubba Blanchard down, but he's got him picked back up in that chin lock right now, and he's squeezing hard. Bubba's head still hasn't actually turned back to a normal color from the purplish it was from the headlock earlier.
Well, you can hear the fans chanting for Bubba Blanchard. He has become a real fan favorite here. Him and his brother Jeremy both coming in from Memphis. But old school Oliver John, you could tell he has what it takes to climb the ladder, but he's got to get past Bubba Blanchard first.
No, it's definitely a tough job to try to get past Bubba Blanchard. Ooh, beautiful belly to belly or belly to back suplex. Almost German style. He probably could have actually bridged up and kept him for a pin there instead of releasing it and then coming over for the pin.
Well, look at the tremendous physique old school brings in here. This man has been working out in the gym, but if you look at Bubba Blanchard, the transformation of him physically in the last 4 months is substantial as well. I know he's been working out 6-7 days a week in the gym, really trying to get back into top condition to win a championship.
Oh, beautiful T-bone over the top. Oliver John on Bubba. He's got him down for the pin, but it's only a 2 count.
Fans, coming up, we will also have an interview with Dr. Luther. We will have a word with Hans and Kaden, and then, of course, the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Championship match tonight. You're not going to miss a moment of that action, fans. Comcast is a great sponsor here, great supporter of Portland Wrestling like Z100. We want you to go out, support all the sponsors, listen to the Buckhead Show, listen to Derek every morning. It'll start every morning that you have off with a laugh. I can tell you in our house, that's all we listen to, Derek.
Oh, 5 to 10 every single Monday through Friday, and soon going to be on Saturday with our own countdown show. You just have to stay tuned for that.
There he comes. He goes. Beautiful move. Oh, my goodness. A great counter.
He went for that crucifix, but ended up getting caught and got the big Samoan backdrop right there.
Bubba Blanchard just planted him in the ring. Now Bubba Blanchard going up to the second. No, he's going all the way up to the top rope.
But he's talking to the fans. That was the mistake. He took too long.
Absolutely. Now it looks like old school is going to send Bubba flying almost all the way back to Memphis as far as he threw him.
I'm surprised he actually didn't go right through the bottom of that ring. That was some big impact. And when you're as big as Bubba and you hit the mat from that kind of height, you know it's going to hurt. You know it's going to kill him inside that ring.
Absolutely. Now Oliver John sets him up on top. This is a move. Oh, a hard chop right across the chest of Bubba Blanchard. Old school going up on top. Now Bubba countering with blow after blow, trying to knock Oliver down. And he does. Very good counter move by Bubba Blanchard.
There goes old school. Is Bubba going up to the top? No, it's a second rope. Comes down. Ooh.
Diving headbutt a la Harley Race, Chris Benoit, but it looks like Bubba Blanchard took the worst of that one.
Well, he didn't actually hit him in the head. He hit him square in the jaw. Oliver John actually could be out after that headbutt to the jaw.
3 kicks out at 2 5/8. Bubba Blanchard really thought he had him when he hit him there. Beautiful move by Bubba Blanchard.
Well, Oliver John's definitely impressing me out here. I mean, he's taken some big moves from Bubba, but he's still going, and, haven't got the 3 count yet.
Oh, a hard whip into the corner. Bubba charges hard, hits him with a clothesline. Old School back in the corner, had nowhere to go, took the full contact.
Yeah, what is Bubba doing? Bubba is actually putting him up on the top rope again. Maybe we're going to see a suplex or a superplex of some type.
I'm seeing Bubba break out a bunch of new moves here tonight. That's what I've been hearing about him. He's been training. He's been studying tapes, working hard in the ring. He's got to do what it takes to get back to the tag team gold.
Oliver John just scooped him up. He's getting him up on his shoulder. I think he's going for, this is his finisher. He calls it class dismissed.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe how he hit it. 2, 3, it is all over. Ring the bell. Oh my goodness.
That is called class dismissed. Old School Oliver John wins this match in his official debut against Bubba Blanchard here in Portland Wrestling.
Well, class is officially over for Bubba Blanchard. Look at him in the ring. This is a great introduction to the fans here on Portland Wrestling on CNW 14. Good show of sportsmanship. He's checking on his companion, his partner in that battle, Bubba Blanchard. Bubba shakes his hand. Great sportsmanship there.
Yeah, that's definitely class act on both accounts. Bubba Blanchard and Old School Oliver John are both great guys and tremendous talent for Portland Wrestling here in Portland.
Oliver John victorious in his debut in Portland Wrestling, and he would go on to become the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion, have great success here in Portland Wrestling in the 2000s. And Bubba Blanchard and his brother Jeremy Blanchard would team with Oliver John as the trifecta and make a great trios team. Now up next, Ed Moondog Moretti is going to join me on commentary. And it's always a joy for me when Ed was on commentary. A very funny, very knowledgeable man. And we're going to watch Big Ugly J.D. Bishop take on an even bigger man, and that's Exile, who is being managed by the crafty Grappler. And at the end, well, you're going to see a very young Vinny Mazzaro. Let's go to that action.
Accompanied at ringside by the Grappler from Team Hell at 320 pounds, Exile. His opponent, representing the cartel at 250 pounds, Big Ugly.
Fans, there he is coming through the doors. Big Ugly from the cartel against Exile. This should not be a wrestling match of any sort there, Ed Moondog Moretti.
No, it shouldn't, and I'm real interested in seeing this match because if anybody can handle Exile, it's the Big Ugly. He comes here from California with a great reputation, and you've seen in weeks past, he's been able to handle himself pretty well.
Absolutely. The referee, Albert McClure, there's the ringing of the bell. Big Ugly and Exile. We've seen Big Ugly with Damon. We've seen the cartel against Team Hell, and now he gets one-on-one with Exile. Ed Moondog Moretti, I noticed no OWO shirt still.
Absolutely not. The OWO is boycotting still Portland Wrestling. And I'll tell you what, it's not going to end. I'll take a nice vacation. Buddy Wayne's on vacation. I'm going to be a grandfather-to-be pretty soon. So I'm going to take it easy, and until the board of directors gets off their duff and treats the OWO right, we're not coming back to Portland Wrestling. You can go see us on another promotion show in somewhere in North America.
Well, fans, that's OWO's Ed Moondog Moretti. Samito still incarcerated up in Pierce County.
And not happy about it either.
The charge is very severe. The board of directors has tried working on it, but there doesn't appear to be much hope right now of him being released anytime soon, Ed.
I'll tell you what, Frank Culbertson, the last time I talked to him, all he could say was, board of directors and Frank Culbertson,
I'm glad that he was able to speak his mind like that. There's a big clothesline. Puts Exile, the big man, down. There's a pin. There's one. Big Ugly's going to have to take Exile and punish him a bit more than that. They go for the quick pin.
And not only that, outside the ring is the Equalizer and the Grappler. You know, I heard the Grappler out here talking a little earlier about how he runs Portland Wrestling, and he is this and he is that. Well, Grappler, let me tell you something. I never feared the pencil baby, but I always respected the eraser.
Fans, those are words of wisdom from Ed Moondog Moretti. Right now, a big kick by Exile into the back of Big Ugly. Next week here on Portland Wrestling, Caden Mathews and Hans Mueller get a Pacific Northwest tag team shot. They've been defeating teams up and down the Oregon region, Washington, wherever they go. They get the Dark Carnival next week.
Now here's the interference right here, Frank Culbertson, right there by the grappler on Big Ugly. And I know if Big Ugly's partner, Vinny Macero's in the back, he's chomping at the bit right now, watching his partner get abused.
Well, Big Ugly whips off into the ropes, catches a big elbow. Look at the size of Exile. Ed,
he's a huge man.
He is a huge man. He is not only tall, but he is big.
He is big and he's huge and he's tough, and the grappler's just making him even meaner week by week by week. But Big Ugly, he knows mean. He's no slouch. He can handle himself in here.
And when he hits you with the Death Valley driver, or he hits you with the elbow off the top, that's all it wrote. There's no getting up from that. Ed.
Absolutely.
Now, right now, fans, we also want to mention next week, Virgil Flynn makes his Portland Wrestling debut against Bubba Blanchard, which will be a terrific matchup. And Vinny Macero versus Damon Scythe, continuing the feud between the Cartel and Team Hell.
Yes, it will be. And, you know, Virgil Flynn comes into Portland Wrestling, great reputation, high flyer, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do here in Portland Wrestling, because he's going to meet the biggest, the best, and the baddest in Portland Wrestling. And Vinny Macero against Damon, those two guys are going to take it to each other. I can promise you that.
They have a tremendous amount of issues between them. And as we have just heard, next TV taping, July 23rd, a three-way hair match, Ed Moretti, with Dr. Luther versus Ladies' Choice versus Skag Rollins. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
No, I haven't, but I can guarantee you what, someone's going to be getting their hair cut. I know that for sure.
There will be, someone's head will be shaved here on Portland Wrestling.
And that move Exile just did to Big Ugly, put him down, but he's not for the count. Big Ugly's getting up, but that was a heck of a move.
Fans, this matchup being brought to you by Tom Peterson and Glorious 2 and Captain Jack's. For all your tattoo and body piercing needs, get out and see Captain Jack's. Tom Peterson takes care of you, whether it's TVs, furniture, mattresses, whatever you need, he'll take care of it. But look at Albert McClure, Carmen.
Big Ugly had a sleeper hold on Exile and backed him into the referee. The referee is down. There's a sleeper hold. He hasn't had
the grappler has got a barbed wire baseball bat.
He's got barbed wire on a baseball
bat.
Oh,
my goodness. Oh, he's hitting him again.
He didn't even phase him.
What?
Frank, it did not even phase him.
What is he doing? He is...
I don't know, but Exile's right behind him.
Oh, my goodness. I have never seen the grappler bringing out the barbed wire, and now Big Ugly taking terrific blows.
The referee's down. He's up now, but I'm telling you, he ought to throw this match out. There he goes.
He does. What is the grappler doing out here?
Exile is setting Big Ugly on the top rope. Grappler's gone.
He's got him tied up. He has got him tied up.
Got a chair.
The grappler's got a chair. There's a barbed wire baseball bat. Big Ugly is in a lot of trouble. Now he's just
putting it right on his head.
Goodness.
He's dragging it into his head, and he's using a chair. He's going to go across the ring.
Oh, no. What is he doing? No. Oh, my goodness.
Frank,
a baseball bat dog kick into it.
The barbed wire dug right into his face. The chair. I mean, this is
oh my goodness, that had to split Big Ugly wide open.
Absolutely, Frank.
Oh yeah, it did. Big Ugly's in a lot of trouble in the ring. The steel chair, Team Hell having their way right now with Big Ugly. Look at the blood starting to flow from the barbed wire that the grappler. What is the grappler bringing out? A baseball? Oh, he's just digging it in there one more time. He's got the barbed wire, and there's Vinny Macero.
See that grappler? You can say what you want about him, but he's got a vicious, mean streak inside him. Big Ugly's busted open. He's had the barbed wire dragged across his face. Exile, he was in there. It's just,
they have to get this feud settled once and for all. The grappler with the barbed wire baseball bat has busted open.
Frank. That is
Big Ugly.
scary.
He's bleeding profusely from the forehead.
Match,
if we can get a camera shot of Big Ugly,
I'll tell you
show
what,
the fans what that barbed wire does to a man when it's run across his head.
Frank, I don't know. I've done a lot of bad things in my day, but I'll tell you what, bringing barbed wire baseball bats in and stuff like that, to me, is going a little bit too far.
Where the grappler's concerned, anything goes. And Ed Moondog Moretti knows that. This match would set up the barbed wire death match between Team Hell and the Cartel in coming weeks. But now it's time to tell you why this lady owes her career to me. So in her book, which is a great read, by the way, Becky mentions the Ladies' Choice, who we were using here in Portland Wrestling. And she mentions this guy, Scotty Mack, who you've seen here on Portland Wrestling 2000s. And she mentions a female wrestler, doesn't call her by name, but it was this lady, Mischievous, who we were also using in Portland Wrestling. It's 2005, and I received this email from an aspiring female wrestler named Rebecca Quinn. I'll just leave it up for you to read for a minute. And I've removed our email addresses so those aren't on there. But it's 2005. We had Mischievous and Avalon, who were very fine ladies, but not tremendous talents. And the local schools were not producing female wrestlers. So imagine if I had brought Rebecca Quinn in and she was working with lesser talent. She would have missed out on the great training that she received in ECCW. She wouldn't have been ready to go to WWE. She wouldn't have been ready to historically win WrestleMania 35's main event, beating Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. She wouldn't have gone on to become the man and produce the book. And it's all because I didn't bring her in to Portland Wrestling in 2005. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Whoa! You never know what's going to happen here on Portland Wrestling 2000s. That's why you have to like and subscribe so you don't miss a moment of great wrestling action or the surprises that'll happen. And since I'm going to be showing you a Lucha match, I thought, we'll put on the Lucha hood. And it's going to be Jesse Jimenez, Fidel Sierra, and Grappler in this story. And we used all three of them in Portland Wrestling. And in this match, the Grappler has been wanting to get a match with Fidel Sierra, but Fidel won't wrestle him. But he's going to wrestle Jesse Jimenez. And if Fidel can beat Jesse Jimenez, the Grappler doesn't get a match. But if Jesse can beat Fidel, the Grappler gets a match. So what do you think is going to happen? You never know in wrestling. Let's go to that match. It's in Spanish, but it's great wrestling action.
Utiliza para golpear a sus contrincantes, pero lo ve el Grappler. Mañosamente Fantasy le había dejado eso. El Grappler lo está viendo. Allá está el 1, el 2, el 3. Aprovecha magníficamente el descuido. Y Jesse Jr. está ganando la contienda, amigo aficionado. Pero no se va a quedar así, ya está volviendo. Fíjese bien con el golpe al estómago fíjese bien con el golpe a la espalda de Jesse Jr. y luego al estómago de Grappler. Allá está Jesse fuera del cuadrilátero. El cubano asesino está aprovechando esto. También Fantasy golpeando despiadadamente a The Grappler. Esto, amigo aficionado, está pintando muy mal. Parece que el cubano asesino va a venir acabando también con la carrera de Grappler, como lo hizo con su padre. Aquí está el cubano asesino, sin embargo, el Grappler se está recuperando y ya Jesse Jr. se encarga de Fantasy, la está haciendo correr. Esto lo aprovecha de manera sensacional. Vemos al referee que regresa al cuadrilátero. El Grappler está castigando al cubano asesino, lo saca fuera del ring, allá lo está llevando. Vamos a ver, lo va a castigar tremendamente, lo lleva frente a la esquina, lo golpea en el poste. Allá está el cubano asesino sufriendo las consecuencias de haber pues mañosamente sacado aquel bolso donde seguramente traía una piedra. Allá están fuera del cuadrilátero. Esto se va a poner color de hormiga. Allá está ya el rostro del cubano asesino sufriendo las consecuencias. Ahora lo va a castigar con una silla. Tremendo sillazo de The Grappler al cubano asesino. Allá lo está llevando. Lo va a azotar, amigos aficionados. Esto se está tornando sangriento. Vemos de qué manera está castigando The Grappler al cubano asesino. Tremendas las consecuencias. Vamos a ver. Ya regresan al cuadrilátero y usted se puede dar cuenta de lo castigado que está el cubano asesino. Le tiene tanto odio The Grappler que quisiera en estos momentos desaparecerlo de la tierra. Vamos a ver, lo va a castigar, le está diciendo al público que lo va y así le aplica el castigo al rostro, a la frente. El cubano asesino prácticamente está aniquilado. Vamos a ver, amigos aficionados, cuánto odio se tienen estos dos gladiadores, pero el que más odio tiene precisamente es de Grappler por lo que el cubano asesino le hizo a su padre. Y es que faltarle al respeto a su progenitor está tomando de las partes nobles. Vamos a ver, parece que todo esto se va a terminar. Allá está el uno, el referee cuenta. Tanto odio que le tiene, mire que de dónde lo está tomando. Cubano asesino se queda bastante castigado. ¡Ah, qué tremenda manera de terminar con este combate! El cubano asesino sufre las consecuencias. Tremenda la acción.
Hey fans, Frank Culberson here. Thanks for joining me again here on Portland Wrestling 2000s. Be sure to subscribe and like the channel so you don't miss a single moment of great wrestling action. Once again, it's Portland Wrestling 2000s. Thanks for tuning in.